Good morning. Here I am back in Bakersfield. In Cayucas it was 65 degrees and back home it's 105. So it's been nice to come home, but also unpleasant because it's very hot. Anyway, it's actually my first full-length painting on the beach, and it was quite a challenge. For one thing, the fog kept kind of coming in and out, and the light kept changing, and the ocean's colors and value kept changing. And the wave movement, it was kind of hard to cement in my mind exactly which wave I was gonna paint. You almost have to sort of invent what you want to portray. And also it was a little uncomfortable because there you are standing on an unstable sandy surface. I didn't bring a chair. At one point I did find a rock to sit on, but it wasn't very comfortable. And even though it was foggy most of the time, you know, you could feel your skin burning. I knew I was getting a sunburn, and I forgot to bring sunblock. So anyway, it was a mixed bag. It was definitely a learning experience, and I'll show you the video and then I'll talk about the outcome and what the painting looked like at the end. This is my second attempt to paint on the beach at Cayucas. Yesterday was so windy that my easel blew down 3 times. And then, while I wasn't paying attention, the surf came in, so it was quite an adventure. And I had to wipe everything off because I wasn't getting anywhere and I was a little frustrated. So I'm trying to get today. There's very little wind, but it's also sort of midday, so there's not a lot of shadow. But we'll see if I can get something done today. windy and my batteries run down. And of course the color has changed. So I lightened the sky, gave it a little bit more texture. I darkened the fog bank. And then I altered the lighter water close to the mountains in a little bit more of a muted color. Now I'm working on these front waves. So the first question I had when I was looking at this painting once I got home was, what is the center of interest? And I don't see one really. So I mean, I could put highlights on the mountains. They were there. I didn't get them in. And make that the center of interest, but really those mountains aren't that interesting. I think the center of interest probably should be the waves, and I think the colors are not that vibrant. The ocean was actually this color pretty much, so I got it a little too dark here, and I got it about the same darkness here, or value. So it sort of all kind of looks the same, and it's not very exciting. So I think probably what I should do at some point is work on these front waves. I think for right now I need to set it aside because I felt sort of like it was hopeless in Cayucas, and I feel sort of like it needs a lot of work once I get home. Yeah, the brush strokes, I think they're somewhat interesting. But the values, the major flaw, I think, is the value. So everything's kind of the same. This whiteness doesn't appear as a lighter value. It just appears a little bit of the same value as everything else. So definitely this painting needs a lot of work, or maybe just a little bit. Maybe it's just a matter of some highlights and changing the colors of this wave. The problem is I really hadn't figured out what the center of interest was when I painted it, and I still don't know, but sometimes the best solution is to turn it to the wall and come back to it later and decide if it's salvageable. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate any comments or suggestions. Have a good day.